Shalom, 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 Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. And in this lesson, you already see what it is. I don't know if you ever came across this video, but a lot of people are posting it. And I just found out about it about a week ago, and I decided to do something on it. And it's only it's a clip. It's about 38 seconds. But this was back in the 1940s, man, where it's like the so-called white man has a playbook, man. To where if any of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, or Native Americans try to come up against him or his system, he's going to blackball you. He's going to cancel you. He's going to call you a fascist, or he's going to call you anti-Semitic, man. That anti thing, man. Right? And this is what they're hitting, Kyrie Irving with, Kanye West with, and anybody that speaks out. They're going to be anti this and anti that, But all this is showing you is that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is unveiling this devil's lies, man. Right? And it's actually two parts to this, because I don't think these devils really thought it was going to turn out the way that it did. They thought that they were going to be able to bring a modern day buck breaking, right, to Kyrie Irving, to where he apologized and that wasn't enough, But there have been instances when other celebrities, so-called white celebrities, or any celebrities that get caught up in some kind of that say too much, that speak on things that they took an oath not to speak on, right? And they don't get blackballed. They don't get canceled, right? It's only you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because what? You are the true Jews and Israelites according to the Bible, man. And the reason why they're so hurt is because they don't want the world to know the truth, man. The truth hurts, man. And it especially hurts them. Because when you get into speaking the truth, it works in our favor, man. All of the history and the documentations, right? The records, all those things would be contrary to what's being pushed here in the world today, man. And they don't want it to get out. So before I play this, right? I want to get the scripture. This is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? And Esau is the biblical name of the so-called white race, man. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up, man? How are they sought up and searched out? Huh? The Spirit of the Lord, man. The Spirit of the Lord is revealing this devil's lies, his deceit, his fraud, man. Right? The Most High called them liars from the womb. Which, let me get that. And I'm going to play it. This is Psalms. I don't want this to be too long. I know I always say that, but it's all through the Spirit. This is Psalms 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb, man. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies, man. So when these devils come out of the womb, they're speaking lies. Right? To whereas they would put up or would already have a playbook on how to react to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans coming up against their system and their agenda, man. Right? And their lies. to have the masses of the people believe it. So let me play this. Yahweh Shem Shah willing to elect the other five. Shalom.
In 1943, the following directive was issued from party headquarters to all communists in the United States. It read, when certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them after suitable buildups as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic, and use the prestige of anti-fascist and tolerant organizations to discredit them. In the public mind, constantly associate those who oppose us with those names which already have a bad smell. The association will, after enough repetition, become fact.
So you heard it, man. They said basically at a in a nutshell, call them crazy. Right? Those that oppose them, which already have a name that have a bad smell, which is, Kanye West. Everybody has always said that he was, kind of weird. And ever since his mom, was sacrificed, which he came out recently and said that he wasn't never the same. Kyrie Irving, they say he's all over the place. So they're not believing that these men are able to be credited for the things that they say, man. But you see, before Kyrie and before Kanye, the Israelites have been speaking this and saying this for decades, man. Right? The elders of the nation of Israel, right, which would be, the elders of the 60s, which is Abba Bivens and Marshall and One West, and went down the ladder to Apostle Tahar and Apostle Ramla and Elder Zabak and Elder Bakwash, which is my elder, and Elder Lamar, so on and so forth, man. It's plenty of elders in the nation of Israel. Now, brothers went on and did their own thing, but for the most part, we speak the same thing. But not to get into that, the apostles on down to now have been saying these things that Kyrie and Kanye have been saying, for the past 2 weeks, right? 2-3 weeks, But it's telling you right here that these devils, they knew that this would happen, but they didn't think that it would play out the way that it did, man. Right?
The public mind.
I'll play it again, right? And let me get that. Let me get this before we play it again. So this is St. Luke chapter 12, verse 2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, man, because they didn't believe that this would surface. This was searched out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and they got out, man, because the Most High is running it all. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is running it all. It says, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known, man. So now it's known that they were going to call us anti-Semitic when we oppose the agenda in this system, man. Right? But they didn't take into account the reaction that came out of it. All right, so let's play it again.
In 1943, the following directive was issued from party headquarters to all communists in the United States. It read, when certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them after suitable buildups as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic.
So a fascist, right? A fascist would be a fascist is someone who supports or promotes fascism, a system of government led by a dictator who typically rules by forcefully and often violently suppressing opposition and criticism, man. And who would that be? The so-called white man. Who forces things on you, tell you if you don't get these procedures done, you can't work, you can't go to school, you can't do certain things, man. You can't live a peaceful life. Sometimes violently, right? To whereas now you got Obama saying, all of these anti-Semitics and anti-Semitic this and anti that. We gotta stop them. We know who they mean though, right? But how can somebody be anti-Shemitic when they are Shemitic, right? So it says controlling all industry, right? Entertainment industry, they control it. Media, they control it. The so-called Jews, man. Commerce, who controls the money? The so-called, JOOS, man. And promoting nationalism and often racism, man. And who promotes racism, man? Right? Who hates a particular people just for the color of their skin? Right? Who set up a system to oppress a certain people, man? That people being the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Nobody can ever say, right, that this system is not made to oppress the children of Israel. It's being shown daily, man. It's being shown daily. Right? Right? And she and this one it says the communist directive. Now, what is a communist? Somebody who's with communism. Communism is a political theory derived from Karl Marx, advocating class war and leading to a society in which all property is publicly owned, right? Meaning you'll never have ownership of anything, man. And each person works and is paid according to their abilities and needs, right? So that's communism, man. Which, hey, that's a damn lie, right? Because you'll have so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that know how to do a job better than other nations, but yet they get paid less, right? Than somebody who knows the job that's not fully fluent in the job, man. They'll have the slaves, which we are, right? We're in physical bondage still. Spiritually, we're coming out of our chains, man. And these devils, they hate that. Right? So you'll have Israelites that are trained up these other nations, and these other nations will get paid more, and they'll wind up firing Jake, man. You think the Most High don't see that, man? Right? Let's continue because I got another part.
And use the prestige of anti-fascist and tolerant organizations to discredit them. In the public mind, constantly associate those who oppose us with those names which already have a bad smell. The association will, after enough repetition, become fact in the public mind.
So basically, they'll say whatever the media will push out about them being crazy, right? Them being bugged out, the media would believe it because they have always said things that people looked at them as crazy, you know? They'll always come off as being somebody that's not stable. So this devil, man, he knows, man. This man is wise to do evil, man. But he didn't expect things ain't playing out the way he wanted to. And let's give you a little example of that, right? So I got this right here. Let me close this out. All right. I got this right here, right? Which let's go. Salakia. Which there's a lot of people that's coming to the aid of Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? That's seeing things as being one-sided. Now, this is all a prophecy of Jake rising up, man. Something big is going to come out of this. This is going to be a shift in prophecy. This is going to really be shift. This is really going to shift prophecy, man. Right? I've been feeling that because, for one, I believe that Kyrie Irving and Kanye said what they said just to magnify the names of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and it's truth, man. So let's play this one.
Every day of my life, I approach it with a state of empathy, right? Regardless of what color, what creed, what race you are, I look at people as human beings. I think that's important. But life is always about taking a stand and holding principles. So I want to explain what I feel like my stance is as a Black male in this world, okay? And conversations that I've had with my brothers and sisters in the Black community. And I want you guys to empathize with it and hear me on it. So when I hear what Kyrie Irving has to go through in order to be reinstated, I'm appalled. I'm appalled. And let me give you examples of how I feel like we don't have the same energy and hold other people who have dealt with racial tropes accountable. So when Sarah Silverman does blackface, or when Don Imus says nappy-headed hose, or when Howard Stern calls somebody the N-word in the skit, or when Brett Favre takes money from the state of Mississippi, we don't ask them to get sensitivity training. We don't ask them to donate $500,000. We don't ask them to meet with the Black National Caucus. They apologize. And then, you know what? The rest of the world moves on. But what I feel like is happening here, and that's how in the Black community, like we've been told that's how the process works, right? Think about that, Bert. That's how the process works. Oh, somebody does a blackface. Oh, it was a misunderstanding. We got it. Okay. You know, is that person really racist? Probably not. Was it ignorant? Probably so. Okay. We understand it. We move forward. We don't like it. We would love to hold them accountable. But society and having a lot of Black people in positions of power, we don't have the governability to do that. But what we feel like happens with Kyrie is even after an apology, it's not enough. We feel like there needs to be more. And a lot of people I've spoken to over the last couple of days talk about this thing. Older mentors of mine talk about buck breaking. So we talk about tropes. This is something that we feel like in the Black community that happened way back in the day, where if there was a slave that was defiant, right, he got broken in front of everybody in order to show that he was not in a position of power.
And that's the modern day. This is the modern day form of buck breaking, man. They told Kyrie he would have to give $500,000. He would have to meet with leaders and be trained on anti-Semitism, right? The anti-thing, which is bullshit, man. Right? So it was a list, man. So now our apology is not enough, man. They saying, no, we gotta do more. But all of these people that he named, right, these Edomites, so-called white people that did these things, they just apologized and that was it. You know? But with our people, we have to be buck broken, man. We have to be made an example to other, you know, so-called black entertainers and athletes to never get out of line, man. So they want to use Kyrie as that example. So with the people, with other Israelites, because you know Jay Williams is an Israelite, you know, and many of the other brothers that came to his aid, what they're seeing now is they're seeing it clearly now, man. Right? This is James chapter 2, verse 6. But ye have despised the poor. Do not rich men oppress you? Because that's what's happening, man. Rich men are oppressing, right? The slaves, even though Kyrie is a millionaire, Jay Williams is a millionaire, you know, all these entertainers and athletes of our people are rich. They're still considered slaves, man. And the real rich men are the ones that hire these men, the ones that sign these men to these contracts. Those are the rich men that it's talking about, and that's Esau, Edom. So it says, "Do not rich men oppress you and draw you before the judgment seats?" Kyrie is being drawn to the judgment seat, man. They telling him, "Listen, man, you got out of line. You wasn't supposed to say nothing. You wasn't supposed to post nothing. So now you're going to be judged. Now the world is going to know your judgment." And then now you got other brothers saying, no. That's over the top. Verse 7. Do not they blaspheme that worthy name? What's the worthy name? Right? Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but what else? That you're a Jew, that you are an Hebrew Israelite, right? By which ye are called. You are called by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You are the nation that was called. You are the Israelites. You are Yasharallah. And the so-called JOOS is not. And this is why he's upset, man. This is why he's mad. Right? So let's continue. I got one more and I'm going to close out.
And at the end of the day, he had to do what he was told to do because that's what was mandated of him. And there's a bigger situation going on. What's happening with Kyrie Irving? If the Nets don't want him to be there, just say you don't want him to be there. But we should hold everybody accountable, even owners of teams accountable with things that are happening in other countries, i.e. China and Uyghurs and the Muslim genocide that is occurring that we hear Enes Kanter talk about. But we don't keep the same energy for everybody. We pick and choose what conversational points we want to make more polarizing. And I might lose my job. I might lose deal opportunities in the future for speaking out about even the platforms that continue to promote and profit a movie that is considered anti-Semitic to billions of people. They don't have to be accountable. Who is accountable? But we're going to put everything on the shoulders of Kyrie Irving, who, even though he said, I cannot be anti-Semitic because if I know where I came from, stating that he's one of the 4 lost tribes. He's saying that.
Now, it's 12. It's 12 tribes, right? You know, not 4 lost tribes. It's 12 tribes. And, hey, we're not lost anymore, man. We coming into who we are. And these devils are hurt by it, man. That's all that this is, man. They are hurt by it, man. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing, man? What's the vain thing that they imagine? That we's going to stay niggas? That we's going to stay at the bottom? We would never wake up to who we are, to our true identity and our heritage? That's what they imagine, and it's all vanity, man. Right? But now they're in a rage because we finding out who we are.
Blacks and Jews come from the same entity, the same thing. But we don't want to understand nuance. We want to be triggered by words, and we like fire, and we like things that are, going viral on social media, and everybody has some kind of hot take, and we're calling people idiots, and we're calling people names.
Meaning like these coon ass Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq, Charles Barkley, right? Charlemagne, a bunch of damn coons, man. And the Most High gonna deal with y'all, man. The Most High is going to deal with y'all, man. The Most High he gonna judge y'all, man. You step and fetch damn butter biscuit eating fucking dancing clown ass Negroes, man. That want to come up against your brother, man.
Because that's what we do. We just destroy each other. I ain't gonna destroy each other, man. I'm not gonna do that. Is Kyrie Irving anti-Semitic? Hell no. Could he have gone about it maybe a different way? That's what I would have advised him to do. But I'm not gonna let you guys sit out here and make this.
And what I don't understand is when people say that he did this wrong. All he did was post something and say, "Black America, wake up." Oh, wake up, black people. Wake up. Right? Damn. He posted something. He posted a picture. He didn't even expound on it. He just said, "Wake up, Black America." That's all he said, man. And this thing, man, listen. It's worldwide now, man. Right? So this will be my last one. Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 4. Therefore the law is slack, man, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth, man. Wrong judgment proceedeth. They blew this way out of proportion, man. When this came out, this devil said, "I got to buck break this nigga." He shouldn't have said or posted anything. I pay him all this money. He's supposed to shut the hell up and dribble, man. But nah, you ain't in control, devil. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is in control. And he gonna put the spirit on whoever he want to bring his word to pass, to get these prophecies rolling. He's in control, man. Not you. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rukah Kadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. Hey, Israel, hey, we got to wake up, man. You got to stop playing games. This ain't the time to be playing games. We at the end, man. Shalom, Israel. Until next time, love y'all.
This dude out to be like he is a villain, like he is a bad person. He is looking to explore his heritage. Now you can crucify me if you want. I don't give a damn anymore. It's time for people to start speaking out with nuance and speaking out on the principles they stand for. That's all I'll say.